Radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Hello there, welcome to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast. The thing that goes really well with this podcast is our socials. You can hit us up on all the channels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we're even on these days. Just search at Fitzy and Whipper and you can get all our bonus content there.
Fitzy and Whipper.
The old inheritance. I mean, you work your whole life, and I think for a majority of people, you want to leave a bit of money to your kids, and maybe some other family members as well, and make yourself feel really good about yourself before you pass.
It's a funny one. I mean, as our parents get a little bit older, I mean, you see the position they're in. You also, it crosses your mind when they start talking about going on expensive holidays and doing things like that. You think, just slow it down, because if you fall apart, we want to make sure there's some cash.
You'll be all right. I reckon you'll be all right.
Flick it through to me. Don't go spending it before you die.
Well, see, I remember how thrilled I was when Stan Fitzgerald, my grandfather, passed away. Well, it wasn't, it was sad that he obviously passed away, but Dad said to me, pulled me aside and said, mate, you're in the will.
You beauty.
No way. Well, so, which is a bit weird because Pop was living in a housing trust unit and had a lawn mowing round. And I said, okay, what did I get? And he goes, see that there? That fatback telly is yours, mate. Wow. And I remember setting it up in my bedroom and I was so excited. And Dad came in and said, I knew he'd do that. He still owed $800 to Radio Rentals.
What a bugger.
So Dad had to basically buy me a television.
Bloody Stan. And the fatback's still there.
The last laugh.
If I want to hear about inheritances though, because if you're young and you get a lot of money, a lot of people do blow it up the wall. If you've got a story 13 24 10, this was in the Sydney Morning Herald, and George Cochran, I think he's like a finance guy. He takes a lot of questions. Someone wrote to George, I'm 69 years of age, and about 15 months ago, I wanted to check, before I pass, I wanted to check to see how my two children would handle money, because I'm going to leave them a lot in my inheritance. So he said, I sold $300,000 of shares and gave $150,000 each to my daughter and my son, who are in their mid-30s. My daughter used her share to purchase a new home. My son decided that he wanted to sponsor race car drivers.
Awesome.
And gave most of it away within a month.
But he had a good
I'll
time.
tell you what, he was invited to the drinks.
My son is single and lives on his own in a rented unit. The idea of giving them each a reasonable amount of cash while I'm still alive was to see them enjoy it and set themselves up somewhat. Unfortunately, my son is employed on a meagre salary of $55,000, lives from week to week and constantly asks my daughter and me for money to get by.
Oh, but how good are the V8s? You know what I mean?
Mate, if you're sponsoring Chaz Mostert, mate, how good is that to tell your mates? I've got another mate as well who got an inheritance from a grandfather and went to Vegas straight away, took some mates with him, and as soon as he got back, his dad took control of the money.
Yep.
And said, when you want money, you now have to come through me, and I approve what you want the money for.
I mean,
Blew it straight away.
The idea of passing the money on, it just seems a bit weird to go, I'm going to work my whole life. I'm going to bust my nut till I get to about 70, right? Yeah. And then I'm just going to cruise towards death, save the money for someone else.
No, it's a nice
Instead of
gesture.
How
else can you afford a house in Sydney?
Hit 70 and go to town.
Well, see, I've got another mate he's about to hit 50, and he's done really well. He bought in our local area when he was really young, and he's worked hard, right? And he's had to save Sarah to get there, but he's made a bit of money from it. And now he's got to the point where he was thinking about his kids for his inheritance, and he's gone, no, you know what? I want to travel. And I'm going to spend it all.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's awesome. It's like I say to Mum and Dad, exactly that. Go, live it up, have a good time. But I think they feel good about maybe helping you out when they die, that if you'd been struggling with something, there's a bit of money.
I don't know, like Warren Buffett. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to give his kids anything.
Daniel Craig, he's not giving his kids anything.
Different to Warren Buffett.
I don't know if I've told this story, but I did the same thing. I got my grandparents. My grandfather died, and they gave.
How much did you get?
They gave $50,000 to all the grandkids.
Wow, massive!
And this was the better part of 15 years ago. Yeah. And I was on about $55,000, and so immediately you've doubled your income. Like that is more money than you know what to do with. and I was having coffee with a fella who was an elder gentleman and had lost all his money in the GFC.
Right.
Lost tens of millions.
Yeah.
And he was gutted, shattered. And I was sitting there having coffee with him, and he was in tears, and I was like, "Oh God, I've got this money, and I don't need it. I mean, I've got a life of earning potential, and all I wanted to do was put a new sound system in my Toyota Camry and pay for a flight to America." And so I went and gave him $30,000.
What for him, or did you give it to him to invest and you would get it back?
I just gave him a money check thing.
Did your parents not say to you, what on earth
No,
are you
they
doing?
didn't know. And it all happened quite quickly. Like, we're at coffee, and I'm like, "Hey, Al, could you just pull over at the Combank here in near Pitt Street Mall?" And I went in there and pulled out a $30,000 money order. Is that what it's called?
Who was this guy?
Yeah,
This is weird.
He's an elder family friend.
He didn't accept it though, did he?
He did. And
My God.
Why does it go?
Why have we not heard this story
well,
before?
because it made me it has made me sick, the thought of it. Because once you sort of
Yeah.
realise what you've done,
Yes.
and that he took it,
So
and that once you get a bit of understanding of the value of the dollar, and that 50 grand is impossible to save.
Are you still in touch with this
my
person?
God.
Do your-
Is he dead?
No, he's still alive. He still lives in housing commission because he can't afford to get back on his feet.
does he talk about this moment regularly and say thank you so much for helping me out?
I've grown so mad
Yes.
at the fact that he's taken it, and that we went for lunch not long after, and I bought lunch.
Yeah.
He didn't even
You
shout
paid
lunch.
for lunch after you'd
Yeah.
gifted him 30K.
I've not actually been able to speak to him again.
So you're furious about it. I mean, there's
I
a
am
huge
actually.
lesson in there
Yeah.
for you, but the fact that he took it, and second to that, he's had his go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And here you are as a young guy, and you would have known that you were going to settle down and create a family one day.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I know.
$30,000.
It makes me angry, and I only talk about it now because it's kind of therapeutic. Because that every time
Yeah.
I think about it, I mean, on the
You've got a
flip
good heart,
side,
mate.
I would have spent it on frivolous things had I kept it in my account.
a Russian wife
how
that
much
you've got
fun.
an email
Yeah,
from.
and she was only
Pay off all those
23,000. So that was
complaints at work.
More
so-
to the point, what sort of stereo did you put in the Camry?
Yeah, it was a bootleg one too, and it broke down 6 months later.
Oh my God.
Ocean, pool, hot tub, or all of the above? Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com. What if? It's Aussie for travel.
I mean, if you haven't cheated on an exam, you've thought about it. I mean, there's always different ways. I mean, I used to write stuff on my ruler, hoping that no one would really see it because there was enough drawing and scratches on the ruler anyway.
I mean,
Trying to create some sort of code.
exams are hard as well because you don't know what's going to be presented. That's the thing. I mean, what do you write? Do you write an equation down on the back of on your palm of your hand as you're sweating?
My biggest issue was I didn't understand it when I was actually studying for it. So
Yeah.
what would I know?
So
I
you would
agree.
write cheats on your leg
Yeah.
and then still have no idea
And
what
have
they
no
meant.
idea. And just on my leg, it would say, "You are a terrible cheat." Just guess. How good was multiple choice
The
when you didn't know
best.
what you were doing?
Yeah, when in doubt.
Yeah, it
B.
just left you with a hope.
Yep.
Left you with a little hope.
It
You know,
did.
you walked out and you didn't really know how you would have gone instead of leaving a blank page.
Did you focus on a certain letter with multiple choice?
Yeah, B.
B
When
always
in doubt,
by,
always
yeah.
do B.
I thought they'd always try to stitch you up by putting the answer first.
Really. Oh, how good was none of the above? You just go, "Oh yeah, wild card it. None of the above. Don't try and trick me, you sneaky mongrels."
I mean, if you spend as much time studying as you did figuring out how to figure out what they're trying to do to
Yeah.
you, then you probably go all right in
So
the test.
true. 13 24 10. How did you cheat? We'd love your story. We want to know how clever it got. One guy, my God, I'll give him a pass if there was ever a test on cheating because he has had a Bluetooth earpiece surgically implanted into his ear.
What?
Please.
And his phone was then in a internal pocket in his pants on the inner thigh.
Get him to the casino straight away.
Absolute genius.
So hang on, what the
I
phone
assume-
was audio was reading out answers?
Yes, I assume the phone was just playing over and over information on the test.
Yeah, because you couldn't say like, "Hey Siri, what's 10 times 2?"
No, hey Siri, what's that?
Yeah.
That's not me doing an accent. It's me trying not to talk with.
No, well, that was
Moving my
I
mouth.
told you that one of the greatest scams of all time was you could bet on tennis, and you can bet on every individual point in tennis. So there was a guy, and the delay of the television screen, right? When you're doing a live television or a tennis match, when you would broadcast that, there would be around about a 3-second delay from the live match to the broadcast, all right? People watching it on television. A guy would sit in the stands and he would go, all right, let's put $200 on this player to win the point. And then what he would do, as soon as the point was won, he would then, in his ear, tell his bloke on the betting agency, yes, put that bet on straight away. And then within those a couple of seconds, they would win every time.
Amazing.
Made a fortune.
Made a fortune from the Bluetooth piece in his ear the whole time.
That's clever. Leno, you had a mate in a medical exam, didn't you?
Yeah, it was on the bones, and so he would write on every part of his body what bone that was. On his thigh, he'd write femur.
Okay, that's giving it away a little bit. In a black Posca? Was it a giant...
No, I don't know. He just on with a little pen.
How do you
clavicle for his collarbone?
Really hard to look at clavicle.
Yeah,
could he go
really hard to get down to it.
Well, could you go through every spine and every disc in your back? That's a tough one to do.
Did he pass?
No, he didn't.
No, he failed. He got kicked out. Michael and Drummoyne, welcome to the show. How did you cheat on a test?
Morning, guys. When I was at uni, I was doing a whole heap of study before a test, sort of in like the lecturer's office kind of area.
Yeah.
And I'd been there for hours, and I went to the photocopier when the lecturers and things had gone off to lunch. Photocopied whatever I needed, went back to like my little desk, and turned out what I'd picked up was my photocopying plus the exam.
Oh, that is amazing. Now, Michael, do you just focus on yourself, be a bit selfish here and go for that, or do you distribute that to all your mates?
No, well, when I sort of realised, because it was a practice test that I'd photocopied, and I thought, I haven't seen these questions before, went through, kind of did it on another bit of paper or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I realised it was the test and sort of crapped myself and quickly put it back, didn't say a thing to anyone.
Yep.
Because I thought someone will say he saw the test first and expel me or whatever.
Did you get a few wrong on purpose?
Yeah, always good.
No, not really, because it didn't really help me much anyway, because I kind of
didn't know the answers.
I was a bit of a nerd anyway, because I was sitting there working already, so it didn't make that much of a difference, but I thought I was going to get expelled.
Oh.
That was the tricky thing, because I wasn't an academic student. If I had done well, you've cheated, mate.
Well, this is you would.
Cheated.
A win for you would have been about 60-70%. Wouldn't it? Like you would
any
have
day
had
of the
to,
week.
You would have had to. And that would have been tough knowing that you've cheated and got the answers, but you're like, all right.
Oh, I'll have to look
bloody
semi-stupid.
put down B.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that one. Yeah, if I'd got over 50%, they would have known I'd cheated. That's how bad it was.
That's a credit, isn't it?
All right.
Tammy in Penrith, how did you cheat in a test, Tammy?
Yeah, so it was a computer course, and we had to make a ball bounce across the screen and then come back.
Oh, yeah, programming.
I couldn't get it anyway. I could make the ball bounce across the screen, but I couldn't get it to come back.
Okay.
And we had like 5 minutes left of the test. And there was like 20 of us in the class, but we were all spread out to 3 different classes. So as the teacher went to the next class, I copied off the person next to me.
Great.
And then I gave that to the person next to me, and she gave it to the person next to her.
Yeah, it's
so
team effort.
there was like
Dominoes.
8 people on one side of the class that had the same colour ball that bounced across the screen the same amount of time.
And Tammy, everyone passed?
Yeah, we just had to put our hand up when we were finished the code.
Teamwork.
And the teacher made sure it bounced back across the screen and went to the next person. So
Jeez, there would have been
a
a celebration at the end of that one, Tammy. All bouncing the ball together.
Right.
Wham, bam. Thank you, Tam.
Danielle in Penrith, how did you cheat on a test, Danielle?
So when I was in year 8, it was a maths test, and it was a question on Pythagoras theorem, and I had no idea what it was. And my sister was in a grade higher than me on the other end of school, so I sent her a text message of the photo, like a photo of the question, and my maths teacher was standing behind me, and I got suspended for 3 days.
Oh, so busted, Danielle.
Yeah, and safe to say, my dad made sure I knew what Pythagoras theorem was, but I've never used it to this day.
No,
I know.
Not. That's the
And
thing.
Danielle, what do you do now? Like, did school and education help you?
Well, I work for sports and administration. Like, I did a full uni degree, but I do sports administration. So.
It sounds like you're a bit of a failure.
No, but you know what? There's also an element of using your street smarts to get through to do what you want. And I know it is cheating in life, and if you do get away with it, you're probably going to do it again later in life.
But it's clever. Danielle, well done.
Roz in Fairlight, how did you cheat on your test, Roz?
Yeah, good morning. This is many, many years ago, about 30 years ago. It was an English assessment exam, and they gave us the question to practice. So we got to practice at home and work out what we're going to write. So I wrote this great essay at home. It was about 6 pages long, and I thought, I'm never going to be able to repeat this in the class. So I got the paper, the actual essay. We had to take our own paper into the exam, and I slotted the actual finished essay into the middle of the paper.
That's actually genius.
Yeah.
And then I just pretended to write the essay while I was in there and then shuffled the pages around as we went. So at the end of the day, I ended up with a 6-page essay that I'd already written, and I got an A.
Genius.
Oh, Roz.
Well played, Roz.
You.
We're proud of you.
Cheating mongrel, but well done.
Okay, that's outstanding work.
Well done.
6-page essay, that sounds like a lot of words.
To know that you've got that in your back pocket as well.
Yeah, you just have to go into the exam and look busy.
You're just looking around at your mates, just smiling.
Suckers.
How you guys going?
Terry's on the Central Coast. What's your story, Terry?
Hi, yeah, I never, it wasn't really a test, it was more of a radio station game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stumbled across the website where the guy was getting his questions from, and I'd read 10 or 15 questions, and when he actually asked the question, I knew the answer straight away.
What was the radio game, Terry?
It was Fun Facts. It was.
Fun Facts.
Awesome. So you just found like lazy producing work, Tom. You would never do that, would you?
Absolutely.
Go to one quiz. Yep. He's obviously typed in quiz questions, and then they've landed on the same page.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so like different questions about all different sorts of percentages and facts, and
that's great. You know what? We urge all our listeners to cheat in all of our games.
What are you talking about?
Go for it.
Last man standing coming
Go
up.
for it. And if you're prepared to pay a bit extra, we might even give you the answers ourselves.
We can make sure you win. Big night for me Saturday night, guys. Well done to everybody involved in the Silver Party, raising money for the Sydney Children's Hospital Foundation. They raised $2.8 million.
Wow.
Like, that is
great.
massive.
Really well done.
Yeah, and Professor Tracy O'Brien was there. She spoke, and the work that they do there for kids with cancer is extraordinary.
Amazing.
Had the honour of emceeing on the night, guys.
So where do we start with this, mate?
Where would you like to start, mate?
Well, there was a bit of a thread going over the weekend with the team, and you got into the paper on Sunday. Well done. And also there was Daily Mail had quite a few photos up as well. We're trying to work out what you were wearing.
Great question.
Let me just say, from a man who's never seen The Simpsons before.
I don't want to look like a weirdo. I'll just go with a moo-moo.
It's mate, the theme of the night was boho. What annoyed me?
So what's
probably there was 5 or 6 other people with the same outfit on.
So what's an oversized shirt? Boho.
This is boho, man. It's rugs, it's ottomans, it's fire pits. It's tents. I'm trying to paint a picture of what the place was like.
Why'd you have pants on underneath? That was my thing.
I didn't want to wear the pants either, but I needed the pocket says.
You had a bit more of like a
Did you want me to
cult-like vibe? Well, because it was a long
You want me to
road.
free it, did you?
I was like, why would you wear pants under
And just
the robe?
swing it.
Yeah.
Was the popped collar component? Do they always have a popped collar, or did
But
you
tell
pop,
you where the mate.
You popped the collar.
I tell you where.
And what was the thing around your neck?
That is a scarf.
Choker.
It's called a scarf. I
Right.
was styled, mate. So someone,
Were you?
I backed in the people that knew
Like
what it was
Stevie
all about.
Wonder?
No. Oh, very good. He's blind. Hey, you know what? As the MC, and Fitz, you're very good as an MC too, and you've got a couple of jokes that you go for each time and they're crowd pleasers. But you've done a lot of it too, and MDG and Says, you were MCing on Saturday night.
Was, yeah.
It's hard to know what angle to go, but you want a one-liner or something to get the room going. You want something to fire it up. Just to let everybody know that, yes, there's a serious side to tonight, but at the same time, we're having a party.
Yeah, and it's hard when everyone's talking as well.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of that. Come on, guys, I need you over here. Shh, come on, guys.
Well, Pete Overton at the Sony Wharf to Wharf.
Yeah,
he
that's a tough one.
shut everyone up really quickly and was so good at it.
I mean, I had a joke that I wanted to go with. I had two options.
Apart from the top?
I had 2 options. It was
It's
a dress. Thanks, mate.
Sorry.
In fact, when I called it a caftan, it was called something else. Apparently only women wear caftans.
I didn't
And there's
know.
another name for the dress that the men wear.
It's a moo-moo.
I don't know.
Poncho?
No.
Oversized shirt. It almost
Call it that.
was, yeah.
Smock?
A smock is
I'll just
different.
go with a moo-moo.
I'll just go with the moo-moo. Thank you, Leto. Anyway, I had one joke and I ran it past Lisa and she went, no, you can't go with that at an event like this. We'll sit down dinner for 300 people.
Okay.
Can I tell the joke on air, Tommy?
Well, I don't know what it is, but if it is
All right, what about
cruise...
No.
Can I give you a warning right now? If you're in the car, maybe you've got kids in the car, just drop the volume down a little bit while I deliver the joke.
Oh, wait up.
What do you reckon? Can we
There
go for
goes half
this?
the audience.
You probably
Can we
should
go
have
for-
pre-recorded it and maybe beeped it or something if there's a certain
No, there's
area.
not a swear word in it. It's
No.
just a little
Is
on
it-
edge. It's adult content, you might say.
Or is it just because it's a bad joke and you don't want people
No,
to hear
it's
it?
good. No, that's the next part. All right, I'll go with the joke. Hopefully you've had a chance to turn your radio down slightly.
Okay, can we get some quiet, guys?
All right, quiet guys. Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Party. Just to get everybody started, what's the difference between a chickpea and a lentil? I've never had a lentil on my face.
Oh, my God.
You didn't tell that, did you?
No, I didn't go with that. All right, turn your radio back up. No more adult content.
I don't think kids would have got that. I don't think adults would have got that.
But
I mean,
we are
great
here
job.
raising monies for kids, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's what I went for.
Oh, man.
There's a girl by the name of Marie.
Marmalade involved. Please.
No, there's no marmalade or jam.
Amanda's not
No,
involved.
there's no mandarins
Equally
involved.
as tasteful.
Okay. So I said, I got up there and I said, look, to get the night started, Marie, who was the chairman of the foundation, has given me an envelope, which I brought along like I made the envelope, saying how to get the party started. And I said, thank you, Marie, for this, because she wanted to help out. Marie obviously didn't know what was going on. So I'm up there, and then I open the envelope and it says, how to get the party started. Step 1, ask everybody to stand up. Oh, okay, Marie. And I went,
Lol.
okay. Step 2, warm up the crowd by counting to 3 and asking them to yell out, yeah, yeah. And I'm going, Marie, do you really want me to do this? So 1, 2, 3, and everyone goes, yeah, yeah.
It looked like the
And
kind of
then-
crowd who'd want this as well.
Yeah. Then I went with, all right, on the count of 3, ask all the women in the room to roar like a lion.
What?
All right? So,
It's just got more interesting.
1, 2, 3, and people are kind of going, "Oh, what is this?" While some women are going, "Rawr," and I'm going, "Marie, this is embarrassing." Hey guys, don't shoot the messenger. This is where I knew I'd taken it too far.
Yeah.
Step 4:
Where's
could
Hamish?
all men hop on one leg and make the sound of a donkey? And that's where I reckon it kind of tipped over the edge there.
Did anyone
And
do
I-
it? Like one supportive mate in the crowd who, when I smell death, I better do it.
Yeah, there was. There was one guy up the back, and then everybody turned around and looked at him, unfortunately.
Perfect.
That's when I knew we should probably get on with the proceedings of the evening, or I should have gone with the chickpea joke. It's always hard to
Imagine.
get that right feel, isn't there?
Luckily, you had a bit. Luckily, you had a bit of
dress on.
Early in the morning and it's Monday. Time for fun with some wordplay. On Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Monday! We do it this time every week, guys, which would make sense. Monday. You know how it works. We give you the story. We need your pun, your movie pun. The story this morning. A dead body has been found in a bin, guys. This is a really emotional story in Hong Kong. Everybody gathered around because of the dead body. They opened the bin. Police arrived to remove the body and realised it was just a blow-up doll.
Yeah, see, that happens quite a bit, doesn't it?
Flew out the window, I think.
But I think there was gaffer tape around the doll's mouth as well.
Yeah.
They thought, oh no, this
Oh,
person's been kidnapped. And it was a
Wrong.
doll. I'm
Someone
going
kidnapped the
going
doll.
first.
You want to go first?
Sarah Jessica Parker in Sex and the Blow Up Chickie.
Okay, yeah. Love Vicky. Cute.
Yes.
What was the movie?
Sex and the Blow
Oh,
Up Chickie.
mate, she's only done
Sex and
one.
the City.
that you'd
Sex and
know.
the City.
Yeah.
Jesus, if that's
I'm-
where the bar is.
Yeah,
I'm
Hang on a
going to
minute.
follow you up.
Hang
I'm
on,
going to
Sam's
follow
has
you
got
up
one
here. Tony Collette in The Sixth Sense.
Oh, the sex set.
Yes.
I like that
Harder
set.
to say when you've
You
got
know what? You had to slow it down, but it made sense.
You're
Well
winning
done.
so far. I've got one, guys. If you can throw a drum roll. Huge film. Good Doll Hunting.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
But how's
Will
Dole
Dole.
and Will?
Will and Dole.
Doesn't make
Similar-ish sound.
Would you bring up Matt Damon, given we still haven't had him on?
Good
Your
mate of mine.
choice?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Mate
go
Damon.
next. It's the Daniel Craig classic, James Bondage.
Hey, not afraid of kinky
really
gear.
good. Bring it
Bringing it in.
Bring it home, Matty DeGroot.
Yes, similar to Bond, the porn identity. Or go again. Here we go. Or Forrest Hump. Or go again. Position impossible. Or go again.
No,
Goodwill humping.
That's disgusting.
Turn off
That's
his
too
mic.
far.
You have a child.
Absolutely. You're an that is absolute filth.
What do you
Times
mean?
4.
They're all
You
awesome.
should lose your
You've
job.
had a
That's
big
outrageous.
weekend, mate. Well done.
That is just your movie catalogue at home. Unfortunately. Let's go straight to Lindsay in Harrington Park. Here's your drum roll, Lindsay.
Good morning. I reckon this one's a bit of a creepy one, and you guys have had some pretty good puns this morning. The Sexorcist.
Sexorcist.
Yes.
Oh, Lindsay.
Yeah, instead of the Exorcist.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Definitely get
It'd be
it.
pretty weird if it was true, though, wouldn't it?
Oh,
with the
yeah.
head spinning around.
Oh, my God.
That would be
Yeah,
unbelievable.
imagine it.
Someone would have done that
That's a
version.
great start, Lindsay. Let's go to Bree in Wollongong. What's your pun, Bree?
Good morning. So it's extraterrestrial.
Sextraterrestrial.
Okay, yeah.
I like
T.
that.
No, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Wasn't the
Go
old
on.
joke? Yeah, what's got three balls and comes from outer space?
What?
E.T. the extra testicle.
Okay.
Oh, didn't hear that gag growing up.
I'm sorry.
Well,
So are we on?
Yeah, we are. No, we're live.
This
We're
is not a
live.
rehearsal.
Let's go to Colby from Jason. Colby, welcome to the show.
Honey who blew up the doll.
What?
Honey, who blew up the doll? As in, honey,
Who blew
shrunk
up the kids?
who shrunk the kids?
Well, the sequel was Who Blew
Oh.
Up the Kids.
Okay.
Jason, you are
Now
the
that-
best, mate.
Thank
you are
you,
the
Colby.
best. Let's go to Philip in Canley Heights. What's your pun, Phil?
The sex story. Sex toy story.
Oh, okay, yeah. Without
one too.
Yeah, without the toy bit in
I
there.
mean, that's an animation that no one needs to see.
It's all about delivery, isn't it, Philip?
Yeah, there's some really good ones there
Oh, you know what, Fitz? Because you're not feeling well, you can choose.
today. Okay, I'm going to go first one. Lindsay from Harrington Park, the sex.
Hey, Linz.
Thank you, guys.
The rat test. I've had to have a rat test this morning because my voice is a little bit croaky. All negative, guys. It's all
Good
fine.
news, buddy.
The authorities are coming out though and saying to people, takes a while to work out how to do the rat. First up, I mean, you don't know. It's like an IKEA. It's putting together an
is.
IKEA bedside table, isn't it?
And they're a little bit different. I mean, I did one last night, and you had to chew on it. It's got a sponge on the end of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you clip it in, and it squeezes the saliva out of it, and that's how it then enters the reader. Wow! I couldn't believe it. New sponge one.
It is quite exciting though when you drop your 3 drops in, and you can see the race.
Here we
to
go.
The litmus paper.
Get up there. Get up there.
Do you remember in high school how getting a little bit of litmus paper and testing stuff? It's so exciting. Go! Oh,
Get up there,
Oh, no,
get up.
wait
Oh,
up. There's 2
no,
lines.
no,
Bugger it.
damn.
I didn't back that horse. They've said that they've received reports of injuries after people are using the kit's liquid test solution as eye drops. Or some people are sticking the solution up their noses.
Oh, God.
What, getting it wrong?
So they're not using the swab. They're using the little funnel that you have, which has the solution in it. They're sticking that right up their nose.
Oh, my God.
And squirting a bit of solution up their nose.
How do they think that'll work?
I don't know.
How do you possibly think you'll get a reader out of that?
The liquid test solution is not supposed to touch your body. There's also been reports that some children have been injured after putting test components in their mouths and swallowing the solution.
Oh, yeah.
What? By accident, you mean, because they don't understand how to do it?
The test chemicals can be irritating or toxic if you get your skin, nose or eyes. If they're swallowed, it can be quite bad. Don't leave your rat tests around with the kids to
Do
have
you know
a
what
play with.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Because it's plastic, do you recycle it? No, you don't want to do that. Where do you put your rats when you're done with them? But then I was just thinking of the Garbo, who's, there at the tip. He's picking up the bins, and he's probably dealing with a couple of double liners.
Well, that's
He'd be
right.
seeing double liners all the time, knowing that those are the toxic
I agree.
ones.
Do you guys? It is pretty full on. Like just to do the rat test and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Do you go in the mouth? Do you do it like heaps of times in your mouth first and then up your schnoz?
Aren't they only up the nose now?
No, well,
do
no.
you mean?
When you go get PCR tests, you do it in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? You're going from your mouth to your nose?
Yeah, there was one a while back.
It's all the same, mate.
No, but I thought you were saying you do it in your mouth first,
I do it right
and
down
then you stick it up your nose.
I do it right down the back of my throat.
Yeah.
Both sides, and then I'll do my schnoz as well, just to make sure everything's on there.
Oh, I've never done that one.
You don't have to do one or the other.
I thought they were just different ones.
No, one oral, one's nasal.
Yeah.
No, well, no, it's all the same.
No, I know, but the tests don't require.
No, they don't require, but you go in both holes.
Some of the tests are mouth, some of them are nose.
You're doing a 3-holer.
Yeah.
No,
My God, I've never known.
No, I'm doing, and I'm going another orifice as well if I need to.
How's that? How's that for you?
No
It's been a bit
COVID
weird
in there.
for BJ to walk in. What are you doing? A rat test? With a broom?
Oh, with a funnel.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, very Richard Gere of you.
That was gerbil.
Same thing. Oh, my God. You're not going to get a result out of that.
It's not. Actually, it's not a bad excuse.
There's a good,
yes, it is.
There's a good meme in that.
I'm just doing a rat test.
Oh.
With an actual rat.
All right, after the news.
Oh. Misread it.
It just won't go into the funnel. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Scattering the ashes, I mean, obviously, there's someone very important to that person before they pass. And I think it's a great way to go, to be cremated. And actually, your ashes are remembered forever in that area. And every time your family member or a friend walks past it, you remember. I mean, there's a bit of Dad right there.
I did it for the first time not long ago. My beautiful Nan passed away. What was strange, though, it was hard to coordinate all the family together that wanted to share in the spreading of the ashes. So only parts were done at a certain time. So we had the ashes in the urn.
Was it DEFCON? No,
we didn't do it there.
No, right.
No, this certainly wasn't her request. But it was on a garden, but we sort of did half of them, and then it went home
and you
for
kept
someone
the
else to come and do later on.
Why didn't you just divvy her up into different containers?
Well, that was kind of the weird part, and I didn't like having half of her there and then half of her somewhere else.
Yeah, got you.
Poor Nanny Norm.
Are you sure it's really her in there, though?
How dare you?
It's like when we got the dog's ashes and Dad said to me, I can't believe I paid $200 and that could be anything.
Not the point, says.
I know,
is it?
it's about the memory.
Which dog was this?
That was Bally.
Oh, poor Belly.
Yeah, she had a tough one.
A report by Wall Street Journal has confirmed the long-established urban myth stating that custodians at Disney World use codes to tackle these problems because it happens so much at the happiest place on earth. People had such a good time at Disneyland that they want to have their ashes scattered somewhere.
Where in particular, though? Is there a pond or something?
These are the big ones.
Saucer ride.
The Haunted Mansion, Flower Pots. There's the Flower Pots ride.
Yep.
Okay.
Magic Kingdom Flower Bed. The Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Now, with the story about the Haunted Mansion ride states that people believe that by scattering the ashes on the ride, they join the ghosts and live at the theme park forever.
Okay.
Oh, that's what Dad wanted. Yeah.
In April 2019, a woman was spotted on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride having a great time, and she decided to scatter the ashes while she was on the ride. It was just unfortunate the person behind her copped a mouthful.
Oh, my God. Sorry about Uncle Bill.
They had to shut that ride down for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
They do have to shut the rides down for quite a while because it is... I mean, is it that bad to have a bit of ashes in your mouth?
It's just dust, isn't it?
Yuck.
You don't want it in your mouth, but if it's everywhere, it's sort of like a sandstorm.
Yeah, but it's like... I mean, if you're thinking that you should be scattered over the place where you had the most fun...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where that is in my life, what I really enjoy doing. Probably in my bed, sleeping.
Well, you know, what's the Tower of Terror up on Dreamworld or something like that? That could be, like just into the air and bang, you're done.
Oh, there's dust in here.
Oh, thanks,
Thanks, Alan.
Claire in Barracks giving us a call. What happened when your mum tried to scatter your grandpa's ashes?
Yeah, her and her sister were going across on the ferry just waiting for the perfect moment. Then they decided this is the perfect moment, and then a big gust of wind came and blew it back onto the ferry over all the passengers on the ferry.
Did they complain?
Yes.
See, this is the thing. You can't... The conditions have to be perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. We did it with Nan as well. Hazel was up. She was at the bottom. She used to live... Dad and her used to live at the top of a sand dune. which was an amazing place to live. And so they scattered her ashes up there. And Dad says that there's now a huge sort of plant bush kind of thing that's growing there. And Dad said that would have been Nan's ashes.
Right.
That would have started that bush right there.
Put seeds in it.
But see, this is the thing. Dad was
famous for her bush.
It was really weird because Dad.
Have a look up there. There's Nan's bush. You thought she was gone.
We had to climb up. It was after the funeral, and we had to climb up halfway up a sand dune.
Exhausted.
In our good gear, and I remember Dad was falling over, and ashes were going everywhere.
Yeah.
See, I often think about my dad. What does he love?
Other than me, I don't think much.
It's going to be weird spreading his ashes on you, sir, and maybe the other half on a cheese platter.
Yeah.
You know, sorry about the camembert. It's got a bit of John on it.
Oh.
What about he's got a water company, and he could sprinkle a little bit into each of his water bottles.
Bottles.
Emma in Wattle Grove, you saw someone trying to scatter some ashes, Em.
Yeah, a couple actually when we were on holidays in the US at the end of 2018. We were at Disney World and heard one of the cast members do a code grey.
Yep.
Because someone had been scattering ashes at points along the railroad.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, Mickey Mouse is just getting around with wet ones.
Drop some bits here and there.
Oh, see, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Like, what are you into, pirates?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Why that?
Or could it be just the ride that you had a really great time on? Geez, I had a good day on that ride. How good's the Pirates of the Caribbean ride? Whenever I die, scatter my ashes on that ride.
Amazing.
Everyone's sneaking through the gates with a little tin under their arm.
Well, it is illegal now. You're not allowed to do it at Disneyland. I mean, there's probably Wonderland would have let you do it for sure.
They could have
Missed
done
that
it there.
place.
Done it anywhere.
All right, okay, so people are spreading their ashes at Disneyland and it's just not on anymore. They said you can't do it anymore. No one can do it on rides. James in Greenacre, what happened to your grandmother's ashes, Jim?
Well, it was all scheduled that she was obviously to be buried next to my grandfather in the family grave, and the big funeral was organised and everything, but she didn't want to be buried next to my granddad.
Yeah.
She wanted to be buried next to her dog.
Oh. Poor granddad.
Yeah, well, nobody else knew, only the immediate family. So I made a sort of a box for ashes after cremation, and the funeral was planned. We were in the church, in the back of the church, and the priest said, I'll give you a minute with the ashes, whatever. And as soon as he stepped out of the room, my mum took the ashes out in the bag, put it into her handbag, closed the box again, handed me back the box, and said, okay, let's go. So
awesome.
We walked down to the church, out to the crowd out the back, down to the graveyard. Everybody, sad, box into the ground, the box buried, funeral over, everybody tapping us the back, commiserations and everything. As soon as everybody left, we scooted down the road into the back of her old house next to on the end of the garden where the two dogs had been buried. Dug the hole, in goes the ashes, planted a tree over it. Happy, job done.
Oh, that is a great story. Just to do a quick ashes dump into the handbag. Great effort.
Literally, and nobody was the wiser, basically.
Do you know what though? If I asked BJ, I think she would rather be buried next to the dog than me. To be honest, let's see. What about Winnie or?
Oh, totally.
Gary?
Winnie's coming in the box with me.
We're going to take note of that. We've written that down, Fitz.
2 people enter. Only one leaves.
Lock the door!
There's 60 seconds. What? On the clock.
Time to dance.
It's time to play Last Man Standing. Experience Oppo with the A54S 5G smartphone and Enco X earphones.
Visit oppo.com/au.
Yeah, that's the package this morning. An Oppo A54S mobile, Enco X earphones. It's about $650, but it's all yours if you can take out Last Man Standing.
I'd call that a tech bundle, mate.
Well,
I would
said,
call
mate.
that a tech bundle.
That is a bundle. Let's bundle it together. And can Kate and Rouse Hill win? Hi, Kate.
Hey there, guys. How are you?
Kate, you need a new phone?
Yes, my son went swimming in the ocean with a phone in his pocket.
How much fun?
What an idiot.
Good luck today, Kate.
You're up against Mel in Maroubra. Now, you're driving to work. What's the traffic been like for a Monday, Mel?
Oh, hectic as normal, but Sydney traffic, gotta love it.
Okay, Mel.
Okay,
Here we go.
Oppo Tech Bundle. Kate, you're going first. You get one wrong. Power goes over to Mel. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds gets the bundle. Here we go, Kate. Your 60 seconds starts now. What is the T-Rex's full name?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That is correct. What is the capital of Hawaii?
Honolulu.
Yes. What movie took place on the moon of Pandora?
Oh, Avatar.
Yes. Who is Posh Spice's husband, Kate?
David Beckham.
That is correct. What is the 10th letter of the alphabet?
K.
No, it's a J. Let's go to Mel. Mel, what was Elsa's song called in the first Frozen film?
Let It Go.
Yes. In the US, what do they call autumn?
Fall.
Yes. True or false? Dolphins only shut half their brain off when sleeping.
False.
No, it's true. Back to Kate. Kate, how many days are there in a fortnight?
14.
Yes. Harry Potter has a scar the shape of what on his forehead?
A lightning bolt.
Yes. Jeff Bezos founded which online company?
Amazon.
Yes. Who is Chris Hemsworth married to?
Kate, it doesn't matter. Strong performance from Kate. Mel, thank you for playing. Let's talk about the happiest country in the world. This is really exciting, guys, because for the past 2 years we've been in a battle. So to think that someone, somewhere, and a group of people can be having a good time, well, I'm behind that. I'll celebrate it. 100%.
You love a good time, don't you?
Oh, I'm wild, mate. Absolutely loose.
Oh, mate, we'll talk about that later on. Really loose Saturday night.
Oh, don't you worry. 2:30 a.m. I got home.
Wow.
That's big for me.
You got obviously dressed in the dark as well.
Well, what annoyed me was you didn't like my outfit, but you wouldn't have liked another 10 outfits that were there too. You know when you turn up wearing the same thing as everybody else? That feeling?
But wasn't it dress up?
Yeah, it was boho.
Well, boho's not.
And that's what we'll wait for that, guys.
Let's
Leave
save.
that for later on. Anyway, let's talk about this one. So, what was in the criteria, right? You needed things like life expectancy, gross domestic product, free healthcare, the poverty levels. It was also to check out whether you help strangers, volunteering time, donating money to charity, how many people did that within the country. And that gave you the tally and the list of the happiest country on earth.
We would have to be right up there, wouldn't we?
What do you reckon's right down the bottom? Who's not happy about things?
It's places with political unrest, isn't it?
Well,
the
yes.
government is corrupt, so I'm going to go with Russia and Ukraine.
That's so rude.
Well,
or communism as well. You'd go China, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but they're not allowed to say they're unhappy.
Well,
so
this
they,
is
if anything, they'd come in 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, if it was just frown on the face, that would be different.
North Korea would have to be number one if you're asking the locals.
What a happy place.
I mean, they've got to calm down. They celebrate life too hard. They're having so much fun. Coming in at 146, guys. Tough one with the list out today. Afghanistan. Not happy, mate. They are not happy at all.
Well, it's been taken over now, hasn't it?
Let's move on to the top 10. Coming in at number 10, well done, New Zealand. I thought they'd be closer to the top.
Right.
We love our Kiwi friends. Top 3, we move on to that.
Okay.
Iceland comes in at number 3.
what's so special about Iceland?
It's just a really great spot.
Have you been?
Yeah, we normally go around this time of the year. As a family, we holiday in
You
Iceland.
can't make those jokes because we don't know if you're kidding or not.
School excursion.
Who's ever been to 13, 24, 10? Did you go to Iceland? What did you do there?
But see, you know what? I
What's the
understand
attraction?
picturesque landscape is unbelievable, but it is freezing all the time. You know that feeling of like, even over the weekend, just putting on a pair of shorts and a T-shirt and some thongs?
Great freedom.
And walking up and getting a coffee?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't do that in
Okay,
Iceland.
all right, mate.
and super expensive. And they have, however, got what they claim to be the world's greatest hot dog because...
Your wife's been there, hasn't she?
Yeah, she went there for work. And this line, it goes around the corner all day, all night. Because Bill Clinton once was there, had a bite of the hot dog and said, well, this is the best hot dog I've ever had. And that is it. That's
see what
all
I
you
mean?
need.
Con artists.
There's a restaurant up in Port Douglas called Nautilus, which is up in the forest. It's an amazing restaurant, beautiful menu. But then they've got all these photos up of Bill Clinton when he was, remember when he finished as president and he just toured around the world and got paid a lot of money? Apparently he wanted to go there, but rocked up, looked at the menu and said, I don't like any of this, and made them cook fried chicken.
Oh, my God.
What a miserable man.
So he ate fried chicken because that was his favourite from back home.
There's the recommendation for
Is that
Iceland.
a bit of a kick in the face for the chef?
Of course it is. It's a kick right between the legs. Let's have a crack at number 1. Who's the happiest country? Go for it, guys. Go for it. Drum roll, Leto. This is it.
Do you know what? I feel like with social issues and that, they're pretty loose. I like Finland or something like that.
You've read the article?
No,
You've
I
nailed
haven't.
it. Number 1.
Is it?
Finland. They're so happy. They haven't frowned in 10 years.
No.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, they same-sex marriage is one of the first countries. I think they legalise marijuana. Like,
Yep.
They just go for
There's
it.
no issue at all
That
over
part
there.
of the world, they endorse like 4-day working weeks.
Yes,
and,
they do.
And 12 months
Very
paid
progressive.
maternity leave and all.
Mhm.
Like they're very progressive.
Coming in at number 12, Australia. Get stuffed, guys.
so New Zealand
So I'm
beat us.
angry again. Move us further down the list. I'm upset about it.
Has anyone heard of this Bingo Loco?
Bingo Loco, no.
I have not heard about it.
Sounds
Jess,
fun.
Okay, can you show the guys? This is the Facebook page. We'll put it up on the screen in a minute. But basically, it's out at the Sydney Showgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
It actually looks all right. It's a huge game of bingo, and everyone gets on the cans, and it's just a rave.
Oh, my God. Looks like a huge concert.
So
It is. There's lots of people who are performing.
So this is what it says. Its tagline: "We are a runaway child of traditional bingo, complete with rave rounds, comedian MCs.
Oh, my gosh, she's holding a giant member.
Lip sync battles, dance offs, confetti showers, special effects, and insane prizes. Like they've given away trips to Vegas.
Is this a TV show?
It looks a bit like it, doesn't it?
They've given away cars. So everyone goes out there, plays bingo, gets on the cans, and just raves.
So it's like a festival. It's like a concert.
But you have to play bingo because then if you win bingo, that's where you get the big prizes. But if you
Right.
win reverse bingo, you get terrible prizes.
What's
like
reverse bingo?
I don't quite get that part. My brother's Instagram was full of it. He was there.
So-
but reverse bingo, you were winning stuff
was
like
Hamo there?
he was there with all his mates. I
way.
was like, what is going on with your Instagram? And I kept thinking, why is he not answering my calls today? But the
Massive.
reverse bingo is like bags of manure.
Oh,
So, but like,
what do you
who's-
do with that?
Who's going up to collect that prize?
13, 24, 10, if you've played Bingo Loco, or if Hamo's still on his way home, which is sort of regular one, we'd love to get you on board.
I'd love to hear anyone who's been to Bingo Loco
So,
before.
I mean, it looks like, and this is my interpretation of just seeing that on the screen, a number will be drawn out, people mark down their number, but then there's a party
at the same
based
time.
on that
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Like, number 5, or Mumbo number 5 comes on and someone comes out and dances.
No,
and-
Missy Higgins performed like it was proper acts. It
Yeah.
wasn't just.
Well, see, this
you
is
know,
the thing, Sarah. The
karaoke.
Veronicas were supposed to perform
Oh,
over
is
the
that
weekend.
where they were meant to be?
So this is where they were meant to be.
Oh, Bingo Loco.
And they played the night before in Sydney, and then everyone was waiting for the Veronicas to come out, and then all of a sudden this guy come out and said the Veronicas are not going to come out. Now, one of the girls has come out and said that one of them couldn't walk. She got
was a medical emergency.
She got an illness, and she couldn't even walk out onto the stage.
Jeez.
But everyone was ready to go for the Veronicas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they didn't come out.
Yeah, number 10,
So they had
Jess
to-
and Lisa.
Well, traditionally, the bingos
Jess
for
and
all.
Legs 11.
Do you know what? If you could combine old people with the young crew with Bingo Loco,
Do
I
you
mean,
think that needs to be in a nursing home, do you?
Well, you know, you have the diet. Well, bingo is traditionally
Oh, yeah.
for older people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could have one side of the table, or one side of the room is just all the oldies that are really into their bingo, and the other side are just, Stereosonic crew with their
Yep.
tops off and just bum bags on.
All right, when's the next one on? I
In
feel like
Canberra this weekend, I think.
it's on the go, is it?
DeGroot told me about it. DeGroot is at Canberra this
It's
weekend.
on the move. Yeah, it's a festival, so it basically just bounces around Australia. So if you haven't got there yet, you can still make it.
MDG, I'm going
Yes.
to make you captain of Fitzy and Whipper's Team Bingo. Let
100%.
us know when it's in Sydney next.
And
Fitzy and Whipper will take a team. We'll take a table
Awesome.
and we'll go and live it up.
Hey,
All right?
here's a bit of an idea, though. If it's taken off, what about Wordle Loco?
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
Fitzy and Whippers.
Double studs at openings. Don't make me tell you again.
You do what?
Graduate with hands-on, job-ready skills that employers are desperately looking for. Search TAFE New South Wales and make the switch today.
Yeah, all this week we're going to be giving you the chance to win $500 cash or a mystery prize. It's all thanks to TAFE New South Wales. Thank you very much to them. What we're going to do is badly describe a job profession, and you must correctly guess what the profession is to win the $500 cash.
Very simple.
You'll then be given the choice to take the money or run. You can take away that money, or you can switch that $500 for a mystery prize. The only catch is that you don't know what that prize is going to be.
That'll be the mystery part.
Well, let's just say, look, we're kicking off today. We're kicking it off.
Going hard.
Competition is today, so we're always going to look after you in that sense.
All right, Matty and Katoomba, welcome to the show, buddy.
Morning, boys. How are we?
We're pretty good, mate. You do what? This is the first time we've played this game, so I'm going to give you some clues. You've got to guess what the job profession is, Matty, okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, first clue. I work behind very high walls.
Now, Matt, if you get this incorrect, we go to Michelle in Ashfield. So you get one guess here, and that is your only clue, Matt. I work behind very high walls. What is that job profession?
Oh.
Have a crack, Matty. Fast game's a good game. Matt, you there?
Have a real
Throw
crack.
anything out.
No clue.
No clue.
No idea, Matty. Thank you for playing anybody.
Let's go to Michelle now in Ashfield. Hi, Michelle.
Morning, all.
Okay, so the first clue, I work behind very high walls. Second clue, a lot of people see my work every day, but I'm never the star of the show.
Oh, gosh, I was thinking of prison guard when you said high walls.
Yes, a lot of people see my work every day, but I'm never the star of the show.
Michelle.
Behind closed walls. Ooh,
Have a crack.
star of the show.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, Michelle. What was that?
A cameraman?
No, it's not a cameraman. Good try, Michelle.
Jaden in the Central Coast. Here we go. You've got the clues so far. I work behind very high walls. A lot of people see my work every day, but I'm never the star of the show. The third clue, you don't want to have allergies in my job, because often my job stinks. What's the job, Jaden?
A plumber.
No, Jaden. Let's go to Nathan in Springfield. Nathan, fourth clue. Good morning. You could easily lose an arm or a leg in my job. They're not the star of the show. There's high walls at their work and their job stinks, Nathan. What's the job profession?
Oh, I got no idea, boys.
Oh, come on. All right, here we go. Steph in Eskin Park. Hi, Steph.
Hi, guys.
Steph, you've heard all the clues. I'm going to give you one more. It's like I'm a babysitter looking after the kids, but these kids have got a lot more feathers, fur and teeth.
A zookeeper.
All right, Steph, here's the exciting part because you've got yourself $500 cash. But you could switch it out for the mystery prize here in the studio. What do you want to do?
I'll take the mystery prize.
Yeah, you're taking the mystery
Fitz, you got it
prize.
there.
I'm unveiling the TAFE plate now. What's underneath it? You have won a Series 7 Apple Watch with cellular and GPS. It's valued at Steph, $800 it's worth.
Steph, congratulations.
The Fitzy and Whippers Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.